Yo, what up, BG? Yo, can you tell me how the sound sounds? Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Yo, what up, BG? Oh, we're gonna hear it. Nora, what's going on? What it be like? What's up, Ashley? I don't expect too many people in here, so just in a couple minutes we'll start. But just give you guys time to get your paper, pencils, erasers, colors if you have them, markers, crayons, whatever. But someday this might be a huge thing where a lot of people join and you guys could be like, I was in the very first one. Let's go to is just like terms, and I'll probably put this on a like a sheet somewhere, maybe like a actual, what would it be called? What's it called when you have something on the screen like a print, like that's has the list on it? I don't know what to call it. A what? Maybe like a, no, not necessarily an agenda. You know, like something like this, and then I can make like definitions of it. Like a key, maybe? I don't know, what do you call it?
In school, they call it like a word bank or something.
Have I recovered from Vegas? What do you mean? Yeah. I mean, we live here, so we're definitely recovered from it. We didn't really do too much craziness. I think the craziest part about the night was just when we dropped them off after we were all done and we were driving home and we looked at the time, it was like 3 in the morning. That was the craziest part for me and my wife. Like, holy shit, it's already 3 in the morning. What the hell? I should have done this differently so that I could define each one. Yeah, we live here in Vegas, so it just happened to be that they came here. So it was good for us. Yo, what's up, Eric? I prefer keyboard to pencil or spray can, but I'm curious. You prefer keyboard? Las Vegas. Yeah, Lori loves my writing. She makes me write on everything. She's got good writing too, but she doesn't think so. How's the background music okay? Like it's just enough in the background? Oh, I mean, I use pencil as well. I make tons of mistakes. So next time I will have like where we could go. What's up, Nick? Did I used to be a stripper? No, I have never been a stripper. Yeah, next time I'll have something like maybe that I could pull up, like maybe a slideshow, like that slideshow that my wife taught me how to make, and we could just reference back to it when I'm talking about certain things. Like hand styles is like your graffiti, like your signature, or just straight up writing is your hand styles. Throw ups is what we're gonna focus on today because that's the easiest basic start. A wallpaper stripper. Must be a generation thing. My favorite artist is Roger Dean, famous for album covers and the Yes logo. Let's see what that looks like. That's kind of cool. If it's this. I definitely like would like to know. So it looks really cool if it's this. Can I just open the image? I can't zoom in on it though. Here, 1 second, I'll just save that. Oh, what the hell? Save image as. Save it as. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure it's not opening up. Oh, there it goes. It just finished downloading. It opened up like 30 times. It really did. Alright, so let me go to video, turn this on. So this is the Yes logo. Yeah, I could cover.
Let me see if it shows up. It should have been. It doesn't matter to you. You'll eventually say what you're saying.
Yeah. Jerry
Where are we doing this?
Jerry Noche writes like Shakespeare for real. Yeah, Jerry has some dope writing. Yes, I'll go over tools if it'll help. I think tools is basically very. You can check it out on your own time. Roger Dean recorded some interesting YouTube videos during the Corona times in which he was painting and discussing his art. I like this logo, so the Y comes down, the loop of it, or let me do it on this. So the loop comes down, up, and around into the S, but I don't like that the tip of the S goes behind it and then it disappears into nothing. It would have been cool if it came like the bottom of the E came out, so that each letter was connected. But it's a cool logo. I probably would have did it a little bit different, just so that this tail of the Y doesn't look like another S. And it would be really hard for it to go from here down to here, but I'm sure it does. It's probably one of those mind illusion things. But I like it, it's cool. It's one of the better band logos that I've ever seen. Probably would have brought the S all the way down if it was my design. I'd have brought the S way down further to match with where the Y is. So I would have had it like more symmetrical. But it's cool, it's a cool logo. I like it. I'll have to check out some of his work. No, Jerry doesn't write like a 2-year-old. He has very, as much as we clown Jerry, you cannot clown him on his
Penmanship.
yeah.
Sorry. Repeat your sentence. Or
My
finish
wife
my sentence.
my wife finishes all my sentences for me before I finish talking. She likes to say it's finishing my sentence. I call it interrupting. Okay, so let's go over like just what is a throw up. So if you just like Google, I wonder if it'll come up as a throw up. I don't want to just Google throw up because that's probably not good, but if you Google graffiti throw up, so a throw up is basically something that you would just do as quick as possible. There's a lot of different styles that you could put into it, but it's typically bubble letters with a shadow instead of like a 3D. I'd say once you get into like something having like a 3D background and highlights and shading, that's where you would get into a piece. But a throw up would be like any of these types of styles. So there's tons of different ways to do this. And I would also say that very plain. Let me see. I wanted to have like some stuff to go through, and then I thought to myself I'd probably be better at explaining it, and then of course I'm gonna. So here, this is a good one right here. So this one has like a bunch of different styles of throw ups, and this is kind of what I wouldn't consider this one a throw up here. This bottom one that says soon. It's a little more advanced than a throw up. You would not be able to do that like on a wall walking home from the store or some shit. But even these just straight font letters, you know, with a little bit of a shadow behind them, and then you got like bubble letter throw ups, and you got normal, like I would just call this like a birthday style font or a comic font. And this would be like a really dope graffiti font right here. This is another simple one that looks really dope. But if you look at all of these, this for the class, you figure out anything that you want to write. So I don't want you guys just copying what I'm doing, because I don't think that's learning. There's a few different ways to start. Let me get this pulled off. I'll try to be reading the chat too as much as I can. So there's a few different ways to even start a piece. I don't necessarily use this technique, but I know it's taught a lot, so maybe it is very helpful for people. But like if I was gonna write my name Shae, you would just write it as simple as possible. With enough spacing. And then what you would do is you'd just make this like a little thicker, right? So you'd come in. And you just make each line so that could be the start of our piece right there. That character. Exo. So this is one way that we could do it. It's not how I formulate my pieces, but it's very easy style to do. And then from this point, I could literally just switch to a marker without even erasing anything. Kind of follow the same pattern. And then all you'd have to do now is for your shadowing, you basically want to think of, like, let's say you could even do it this way, like put a dot here or whatever, and your light is coming in this direction, right? So you're gonna think about everything on this side of the piece is gonna have to have a shadow. Yeah, I don't even have to do this in pencil, but it might help for other people. This is one of the biggest things that I see in beginners for graffiti, for drawing, for anything, that you'll see right away where shadowing or 3D is way off, like it's the perspective's not correct. All you have to do is draw good. Hey, what's up, Jorge? Dude, this is like the most simple, this is literally like teaching somebody how to run, in my opinion. How you been, Jorge? I haven't seen you in a while. AVR, how are you doing? I'd say I haven't seen everybody in a while, but I also haven't been live for a while, so maybe that's why I haven't seen anybody. So maybe it's my fault. You know, I just thought about it. There's probably a way easier way to do this, but it would be confusing for my brain. We'll try it after this. We're doing the shadowing right now.
Oh, I totally missed your explanation of that. You're going too fast.
Okay, I was told by my guinea pig that I'm going too fast.
Did you just call me a pig?
I did not call you a pig, I called you a guinea pig. There's a completely different. I'm the pig because I want to oink you. Oh, Jorge, I'm gonna have to check out your channel. I see when you go live or when you post something every once in a while, but on the so here's what I was gonna say. So let me get sidetracked for a second. So let me just do a real basic one again. We're gonna draw the S. We're gonna make it a little thicker by just like kind of drawing lines on the outsides of it. Right? So now, once you have your letter structure and we want to get I just thought of a way that it might be easier for the shadow. Because in my head, I see the letter kind of off of the page. So if I say like my light source is coming from here, I know everything on this side of the letter is going to have a shadow. But you can also think about it when you're in like digital, like Photoshops and things like that. In order to make a shadow, you just make one letter black and then move the other letter off a little bit. So I could literally just go like this, right? Copy this same letter. Inside of the other one, or just like off center of the other one. Right? So now I have two letters.
Black.
What do you want? Just a black marker?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not black in this whole thing.
So I'm gonna draw, I'm gonna do it with a pen so you guys can see what I'm talking. Maybe the pencil's not showing up as good. What's up, Zach? How you doing? So I basically just drew the same exact letter, just a little off center for whichever way I want my shadow to be. I don't know if that's gonna help you guys or not.
I still don't know.
So if you were gonna do, my wife's trying to do a O and she's having problems with it. So if you had a O, you would draw your regular O. You would draw your lines around it to make it thicker. So now you have your O shape. Now you want to learn how to, where you want to figure out where you would put your shadowing if we're assuming the light source is coming this way. So now I'm just gonna redraw the whole thing. I'm gonna draw another O right here, and I'm gonna draw the big O right here. Now, I'm gonna take my pen, just fill in right here. Now when I fill this in, does that make sense? Yeah, man, I'm getting smoked in my fantasy league as well, and I need Jalen Hurts to do really good. So that's against my team, and I'm really hoping I'd rather just lose by a fucking 100 points than have him do really good. Translate, rotate, and mirror beautiful geometrical operations with characters. I agree. You guys want to oh no, do I not have it? Oh no, I just closed. This is Vexo. This is a Vexo song. That's crazy. I was like, what are we listening to? I forgot he's made some like dance music as well. That's dope though. Okay, that's already saved. Let me go into my projects, recent projects, hit the ground. Show you guys a little sneak peek. Oh, don't do that. Turn it up a little bit. I don't want to blast your guys' ears, but I'm going to turn it up. Yeah, definitely a conflict of interest. I need Jalen Hurts to... Well, you know what, though? If Jalen Hurts scores 5 touchdowns, as long as the Chiefs score 6, then I'll be happy. With my hand on my rocket. All right, I'm gonna play you guys a sneak peek of one of my next new songs. Leave them all behind, flexing with the red pill, stepping up to mine. I'ma show them Leadville. All I'm saying, I'm amazing. Flip the games with rhymes I'm spraying. Kids is laying, staring, facing paramedics, heads is shaking. We can't save them, Rick betrayed them. Call me Judas when my glazing path is paving. Rap like ravens, knocking chambers of your brains in. Hunt them, chasing, cut like Jason. Nicolas Cage, I'm face replacing. Time is wasted, mind complacent. Diamond cut when I'm engaging. Strutting, pacing, run your playlist. Fat red laces, back to basics. Crossing faces, watching train this time like live when I'm trailblazing. Never. Damn, I love it. I love it. I'm really happy with it. So, hopefully everybody is caught up now. You got your basic concept of how, like, that's just one way to do, like, your I don't even know what to call these, not bubble letters, but just, like, I would call them, like, font letters or something. There's not a lot of style put into it, but it's a very, very good start, because now I could take this same exact concept can write my S, H, A, E. With that same concept in mind, instead of doing like just these blocky plain letters, you could start adding like a little bit of flair to them. Probably wouldn't want a hump on the top of it. You always use a sketchbook before creating art on a surface like a wall or a canvas? Not necessarily. Sometimes it's... So to me, wall painting should almost always be more freestyle than copying what you have. Unless it's like a legal wall where you have to get like approval, like if you're doing like a commissioned piece for somebody, you definitely want to have it approved, or if they want to see it first. But if I'm doing a wall, it's almost always freestyle. The only good thing about drawing it up, like drawing a like a quick reference before you put it on the wall, is just to make sure that your spacing of letters is right. But with the big difference between markers and pencils and pens and paint, I can basically erase 1,000 times. Like there's never a point that I can make. My buddy, or the guy that I follow big time named Smo Nova, he said it the best. He said, you could never make a mistake in graffiti, you could just make it take longer. Or when you're painting on a wall. So you can fuck up all you want, but it's not a fuck up. You could just constantly go back over it however many times you need to until it looks right. So this would be... And with painting, the more times that you've practiced with pen and paper, the better that your painting is going to be when you do it. So if you're doing, even if you're doing standard bubble letters, if you've like practiced it 1,000 times and you have like created a style in your mind that when you get up to the wall you could just do that, let's say like one of my favorite throw up styles I could do in marker and it wouldn't matter. Because I've done this so many different times that I can't really mess it up. So if I would just walked up to a wall, I could do this without any mistakes. But for my commission pieces that I've done for businesses, I have like drawn it out on paper and then even chalked it onto the wall before I start painting, because it gives me an idea of, okay, the first letter is going to be here, the last letter is going to be here. That means that there's enough space on each side of the wall for it to be symmetric. I wonder which sketchbook my... Is there still a sketchbook right outside the door, like right when you turn right in the living room?
Which sketchbook are you looking for? I don't know. Maybe.
I'm gonna go check. I'll be right back.
Which one?
It's like a blue one like this one.
Pretty sure it's not this one.
No, it's like... It's right there. Perfect. Yeah, muscle memory. Yeah. Muscle memory, like the visual. So I did this one where I drew it on paper first. I didn't actually have to get it approved, so I never actually showed them until I walked into the building. And I told them this was the idea, and they were like, okay, do it. Which is the best. My eraser is coming in handy, yes. Let me see if I can find. It's gonna take me a second. Where would I find this? I think I have it on my desktop somewhere. Nope, it's not there. It's not there.
Scenario.
Huh? Oh man. Oh, I could show you a different one. I thought I had like the, I don't know where the final version of that one is, but I have another one. Alright, let me show you this. So I had I have one like this where I drew this one, a very quick, who's this bloke, RikaShae? I don't know, some loser. But I did a very, very quick sketch of this. Different color patterns, because this was what I was presenting to somebody that had to approve a piece that I was doing. So I wanted to do it in a multiple different colors so that they could pick which style they liked the best. And they liked this first coloring, the yellow with the orange with the blue background. And then I just closed them all. And then we put it on a wall. And it looked like that. So for that one, I had the basic concept and like the style of the letters, but pretty much freestyled it all on the wall. I think I chalked a lot of it onto the wall just for the, when I chalked it, I chalked like the back half of the S, or the first S over here. So I put like a chalk line where I wanted that to be, and then I kind of chalked out letter spacing, so where I knew where to start and how to make. The hardest part of this was making 5 letters on one side and 6 letters on the other, with something in the middle, trying to make it look symmetrical, because in my head it was like not working out right. So that's why these letters are a little more curved and spaced out than these letters. If that makes any sense, I don't know. But that was the concept of taking these letters, very quick sketch. I think a lot of the people that are in the chat watched me sketch this out. It was... Is that a dog hair on there? Yeah, there's a dog hair on the paper. Yeah. And then I had one. Oh, let me close this so I'm not doxing myself. This is the part that I hate the most. Anytime you have it done, but you have to do like the tedious parts of filling in, I hate. This is why I want to switch to digital, because it'd be so much faster to add Okay, so somebody was asking about tools earlier, and tools is very... I think it's kind of like if somebody asked you, like, what's the best music? Because the paper that you use, the pens that you use, the erasers that you use, everything is going to be up to you, what works best for you. Yeah, Ash has been in here longer than you, Jerry. Do people who write from right to left, like in Arabic, Hebrew, do it different than Western artists? That's a good question. I do not know. I've only recently, in the last probably 3 or 4 years, have even seen like Arabic graffiti artists. So I don't know how they do it. Same thing with like Koreans. Like Koreans, I think, write up and down. Or is that Japan? Yeah, I don't know. Don't like digital, not enough freedom for me and less room for happy little accidents. I used to think the exact same way, which is why I was very against digital graffiti. But when I watch people that are like really big muralists, draw it on paper real fast, they scan it into their computer, and then they can take, like, imagine if I was like, oh, I don't like how wide the bottom of this H is, and I could just like put a line around it in a program and then stretch it and move it, or like, I wonder if I could, no, I can't because I'm using my camera. Ah, damn it. There are some really dope things that you can do with digital nowadays, and I think I would love to switch to it and use it as like a really cool reference tool for drawing. But I still think that you need to do, like, I feel like if you're using a digital platform to help physical platforms, then it's very worth it. I think that I don't give a lot of respect to somebody who's just a digital artist, because I feel like somebody doing it in pen, on paper, or on the wall with paint, or different mediums, I feel like it's, I don't know, I guess I feel like it's way more talent, and it's like more yeah, see, you say I can't really afford it, and I feel like digital is like a one-time. Yo, Harry Mack, what runs with Nick Shed? Jerry, you're such a retard. Yeah, I'm have not moved on. My wife is getting me back on track. Alright, so we kind of got the idea. This was like the lesson part. Now we'll do...
Start over?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Now, what we're gonna do... We're gonna start over.
I don't want to. I'm happy with my... Semi-happy with my life. I'm not happy with art, but...
Yeah. You did really good though. But now we're just gonna add like a little bit of flair and style into it. So we're gonna go do with the same concept, so you can just... Come on, start over. Everybody else is saying what the fuck too. I use Portrait on PC for 3D illustration, but that requires... Does it say a mouse? I can't read underneath the stupid heart. Oh. That requires mostly math? Yeah. The Illustrator is not for me. I took Photoshop and Illustrator and Premiere in college, and Illustrator was 100% did not understand. Alright. We're gonna do the same thing. Is this beat by EXO? No, it's by Vexo. Same thing, but we're gonna do a lot more pencil work this time before we... What's up, Simon? Before we ink it or use our markers, we're gonna do a lot more adding to it to try to make it a little crazier. But I'm still gonna do a very simple... BG, I hope you have a lot of receipts. Oh, is that what, is he drawing on receipts? No, he's got pizza boxes. BG, just draw on your pizza boxes. Okay, a couple of things that I didn't mention the first time that I'm going to mention this time. since we're going over basics and letter structures, one thing that I always see from new artists or new graffiti artists is not understanding that line weight is very, very important for graffiti. Just like any font or typography, calligraphy, it's very, very important to so in a letter, all the lines aren't going to be the same size, but they should be. If my S is like super fat, like I have it right here, then it makes all the other letters look wrong or too small. So before I go into inking this, I'm going to make sure that parts of the S, the thickest parts of the S are going to be like the same thickness as this E or one of the sides of the A. So it doesn't matter like if like this one I made thinner, this one I made thinner, that's fine. This one I made thinner, that's fine. You just don't want to have like, even if I was doing bubble letters, I could have like real thick parts and real thin parts. That looks perfectly fine. But now if I do my H and it's like this, it's just not gonna look right. Like it's way too fat for what's on the other letters. Or if you were gonna do like a weird looking R and then another R underneath it that just didn't match it, it doesn't make any sense. BG said he's too high to lift his Sharpie. Okay, so how do you fix it?
So your H is too big, right? In your S?
Yeah, if I was to, I would just redo it. Like I would just make sure that when I'm drawing it, the thickest part of the S is like down here, so maybe like the bottom of the H can be a little bit thicker. But now that looks pretty good. But now we look, okay, this part of the S is really thin, so let's make this part of the H really thin, which would be like the little cross section of the H. So before I inked it, I would just make sure that this is the one part of my graffiti or like on the wall. This is what I do the most adjusting of. I think if you look at the reason why, it's a good point, like a lot of people do have their own like signature type moves, and that is one thing, but I think it's because I base mine off of calligraphy a lot. My lettering, now I need to find. So if I was gonna do a hand style, right? If I was gonna write my name and just, this is like a calligraphy style marker. If I was gonna just write Shae, you can kind of see where the thick lines are and where the thin lines are. They're gonna be the same. Everything's the same letter weight. Nothing gets like, it's not like I went with this S and then I switched to like, it would be almost like if I switched to this and did like a H, it would look really fucking weird. The word Tesco. I got you, Jerry. Alright, I'm getting distracted again. Alright, so we're going back to just our normal block letters, right? Now that I have the basic style of the basic shape of it, and we made sure that I still need to fix this because I want my H to be the same size as my E, right? So like down here is a little bit way too wide. I think that's a little bit closer to this line, and this line are pretty close now. I think I erased the wrong one. I did erase the wrong one. And to be honest, if I was really paying attention to this, I would also be paying attention to spacing as well. You spell Tesco slightly differently. Found along with Jerry Goma. Alright, so the first thing I would notice about this, right? For one, my S is what, like the length of this eraser. It's thicker than the H, and then the bottom of the A, and then way thicker than the E. So if I was in like actually designing this, I would either A, make more space for each letter. So I would start all the way over. Because I made my S so wide, like so flat, I would also want to make my other letters that same style. So I would want to go more, you know, like if you had like imagine a teepee or something, you just like make it a little bit wider at the base so that I don't know why you'd have a teepee. I was trying to think of something where you stretch out the bottom to make it wider, but
Can I do this? Like where I have the bottom of the O and I a little higher. My letters are
yeah,
not.
as long as they match, I would say that that's perfectly fine.
Send my bigger, fatter.
So now it's the same thing with my E. I'm gonna have to bring my E. The last one was fine, but what I want to do is I want to make sure that it's about the same size as the S. So we're just gonna have to go a little bit wider out. Crap. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Come on. Oh no, this shit's gonna get it. Quiet, stop, stop. Now I'm gonna start going through the lettering, right? We got my spacing right, we got how the letters are gonna look. Now this is the stuff that you would learn as a graffiti artist through years of practice and just learning and creating your own style. Or you could copy little pieces of okay, I saw somebody do this and I kind of like that style, so now I'm gonna do that. If you wanted to just make this into a wild style drawing, you would just do things like this, like come up here, put like a serif on there, add something over here to the side to where it kind of comes out like it had like a line across it. One of my favorite things to do is like to break the letter apart. The important part is you don't want to take away, for me personally, since I have a very legible style, I think that very legible graffiti has a strong space in the world of graffiti art, and a lot of people just always call it old school. But I am old school, so to me, I don't necessarily like graffiti that you can't read. I don't mind it if you can't read it at first glance, but if you like have to stand there for 4 hours trying to figure out, and somebody can like point out to you like, this is the S right here and I don't see an S anywhere in there. Just rated my daughter's desk, hit the mother load. 40 color felt tip set, now I can join in. Yeah. Make this S and the H instead of like where the S is all the way in front of the H. Make them connect. So what I like to do is on the bottom letter, make the bottom letter in front, and or on the bottom make the letter on the right in the front, and on the top make the letter on the left in the front. And I could do the same thing here, right? So I could come like this with the A and then come down with the H all the way. Now you can't really tell which one's in front of which one. They're more just interlocking. We're gonna add something up here to the top of the A. So the top of the A, I'm gonna make it look like this section of the A is shorter and this one's taller, and then this one has like a crooked serif. When I started with the tip pop level, breaking on the element. 44 now, still trying to save that. 4 elements down to my skeleton. I wish I remembered my songs, then I could rap the whole thing. And then we could do like, I try to stay away from too many arrows. Shay, you might have listened to my beats more than I have. Oh, I guarantee that I have, because I've listened to certain ones like 40 times in a row while I'm writing raps, where I just have it looped. Although, actually, but that wouldn't help for your counts on your streams or anything, because that's usually the ones that we've downloaded or you sent to me. Although that has been like a serious problem when I'm writing raps to your beats. I download them into my files. When it's in my files, it'll only just play it, and then it stops when it gets to the end, so then I have to hit play again. But then I found out this trick. Oh, you wanna, let's see. I played one of them earlier. Maybe I can give you guys another sneak peek. Let's see. Another sneak peek. I suck at leaving anything up to the imagination or have you guys waiting for anything. Oh, nice, nice. She's probably like, why does this old guy keep getting distracted?
All I'm saying, I'm amazing. Flip the games of rhymes of spraying. Kids is laying, staring, facing paramedics, heads is shaking. We can't save them, Rick betrayed him. Call me Judas when my blades and path is paving. Rap like ravens, knocking chambers of your brains in. Hunt him, chase him, cut like Jason. Nicholas Cage, I'm face replacing. Time is wasting, mind complacent. Diamond cut when I'm engaging. Strutting, pacing, run your playlist. Fat red laces, back to basics. Crossing faces, watching train this time like live when I'm trailblazing.
Yeah, I love that part of that song. Uh-oh, what did I just do? Let's go to the studio version of this one. Here's another one of, oh. Let's see, I'll just start this anywhere randomly.
Party like a rock star with fears of being lonely. Losing friends and risking lives, fed we're watching closely. Homie told me drop the lines, this ain't karaoke. Lost my rank, lost my crew, started back at day one. Lost my way, fought the rules, chasing these sensations. Caused my pain, thought it through, art held back temptations. Cost to pay, a lot to lose, so we had to face them. Reaching goals, I paid my dues, streets of gold, we made it through. Freezing cold.
Alright, that's enough. Where are we at? Well, I forgot what I was gonna do. I was gonna go in there and show Vexo learn how to loop his beats in BandLab, so where like just a drum loop goes like constantly, and I don't have to keep stopping it and restarting it over and over again. All right, ADHD. Oh, we've only been going at an hour. That's cool. All right, so we're just gonna be like adding little, I would call it style, like your own little style to it. I typically wouldn't leave like two of these the same height, perfectly blocked like that, and same with the bottom. I would want to come maybe curve this H a little bit more. And when we curve the H, now we can have it coming down at an angle. And I'm hoping this is translating for you guys to be able to do this to your own letters that you're picking. But this is like the process of like just making it a little more wild style or a little bit more your own style. But it all starts with the same letter structuring. Once you get letter structuring down, now I could leave this one straight. Just erase that line and then redrew it. Now this straight block of the H doesn't look so bad now because the second one was curved, or the first one is curved. Now it actually looks kind of cool that it's like one straight, one's curved. But what I would normally do is, another thing that I'm looking for when I'm drawing my pieces is to not have too much space, like big gaps in there. So I probably would bring my second half of the H something like this to close in these gaps. But you guys don't have to do all this. This part is all way more advanced than I had planned on going for the episode 1. But I'm just kind of trying to show what we could be doing. Try writing ADHD but kept getting distracted by all the other letters. But I'm gonna take this same concept of like turning this straight letter into a curved line for the bottom of my E. Let's say like this one here. We're gonna come up a little bit. Just get that like a little flow to it. And then I'll like end it right here maybe. Now I could do the same on the top. I might do it on the top. If I do it on the top, I want to go the opposite. So if you have a letter that has like two of the same things, especially like the E, I tend to make them. This is what did was it Eric that said something about mirroring? Kind of wanted to have the same style all the way through and balance it out. So we'll do that on the top here. We'll mirror the bottom. It doesn't have to be exact. Probably better if it's not exact. But as long as at like first glance it kind of goes with each other. It doesn't have to be like exactly symmetrical. I do like how that's looking already. Now it's looking a lot more. I'm gonna show you how bad I botched this. Yeah, so I put the if you guys look at the linked comment is my Discord. I'm gonna make a room where you guys can post your art in, and if you guys want to post it in there, then the next time I do this, we'll go over those drawings, or maybe at the end of this stream if people want to post it. Alright, should I do something with the A? Do you guys think the A is too plain? I think so. So let's go with... maybe I'll go like this, and then help close this gap at the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is just make it like a little bit of a, it'll be like the opposite of the H kinda, right? So we got like this straight line on the H and then a curvy line, and now this one will have a straight line and a curly line, or curvy, with this like little tail at the bottom. And what I could do with the tail on the bottom, funny because I had a lot less pressure on me before I found out there was a 7-year-old watching me do this. Now I'm really nervous. But now we take this tail and I could not mirror, but I can do the same little style technique that I used on the S, where I broke the S up into pieces. Whenever I have these like little tails like this, I like to do that as well. So boom, come like that. Crayola markers are hard, especially depending on what type of paper you're using. So if you look at my sketchbooks, right, I have 1,000 different types of sketchbooks. The one I like to use the most is mixed media. Mixed media, you tend to be able to erase better on it, and it doesn't bleed too much when I use my alcohol markers. But it's really made for like watercolor, pen, pencil, acrylic. It's not made for alcohol markers, so I've had to learn how to use alcohol markers on them. Then I have this one. I don't remember what this one is. I just like it because it's so big. This is supposed to be for dry media, and I use my wet media on it. Erasers are very important. I love the Prismacolor erasers. It's called the Magic Rub. I love them. They are this.
No, your eraser that is little.
The electric one?
Yeah. I can't see the tip of this, so
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
erasing a bunch of stuff.
With these Magic Rub erasers,
Just push the eraser in. How do I turn it on?
push the button. Push down it super hard.
With my thumb? Yeah. I was trying to...
There's like a little indentation right there.
I didn't see it.
When you're using erasers, I like to use like this is like a sanding block. So it's like a, what's it called? What is it called? Sandpaper. And you just use that on your erasers. Then you could shape your erasers to where you could have like sharp pointy edges, and it'll also help with smearing. You could use regular sandpaper. I just use a sanding block because I'm lazy. But I got this for my electric eraser, because I have an electric one that spins. But if it gets too gunked up, it'll start smearing that shit all over your paper. But see, it makes it to where your eraser gets real clean. It's a sanding sponge. Yes, it is a sanding sponge. That's right. You've watched me for long enough to know that I don't know the technical terms for anything. Alright, where were we at? Okay, we just did the A. I'm probably going to use this side of the H to close this gap up here a little bit more. So I'm going to make the H even more curved that way. Try to avoid making it too close to the other H, or else it turns into an A. Oh, you had to do some drywall work. Alright, that makes sense. So now I'm just making sure that the... Just checking to see if there's any way I could close up gaps. Right now I like it though. It looks very like professional, like it would be a good logo. Certain things I would do, like since this is angled this way right here, I would probably angle this S more to match that. Just a little change like that could make such a huge difference in just like the flow of the lettering. This is all like just like style that you'll add to your own. Same thing I did with this E. When I saw that the A was curved this way now, I kind of curved this E to match that. But none of this is really that important, but this is, I would like this. I would like this as a design. I'm super curious to see what you guys have come up with. I think Lori's doing her own project. Lori had a cool one, but she had already inked it. I think she was like the teacher's pet trying to take steps ahead. And then I said, okay, now we're starting over, and she got mad. Go have a night. That's what happened. Alright, so for this one...
When you say this one's simple?
No, it's really cool. We're just gonna do the same shadowing instead of doing like a 3D on it, since that's what we went over in the first part. So I'm just gonna pretend like the sun's up here shining down on it, on the letters themselves, and they're casting a shadow, and that just lifts it off of the page a little bit. This could easily turn into a piece though, like if I wanted to do 3D on this, it would look really good with 3D. We did enough changes to the lettering from a simple shape to make it to where it could actually be a piece. I'm just doing it by eye, but remember, like, you can do it by just redrawing the letter just a little bit over to the left and down. If that doesn't make sense, let me do this. Let me show you what I mean. Oh no. File. Open.
It's easier to do if you pin in your outline first, because then if you fuck up, you can.
Right, right.
Sorry, you mess up.
Alright, let me put this over here so you guys can see it. It's way harder than you make it look. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I will. It's definitely like if this was like a classroom and I could see where each person was on the steps, then I would know how fast I could go. But let me see. I'll show you guys what I mean about the shadowing. Let's see. Let's make this like 120. So if I was to just write my name, make this bigger. So let's say I just wrote this. I'm gonna copy it. Am I gonna copy it? No, let me just write it again. Oh, don't do that. No, I just... put the black over the yellow first. Why is it not? There we go. I want to get it the same size. I did this so wrong. Alright, so here's what we're doing, right? We start out with... You start out with your normal... your letters that you just drew, and then all you're doing is you're taking the other one Yo, what's up, Lisa? Yeah, when you're really good at something difficult, you can make it look effortless like Steph Curry's jump shot. It's very true. But this is the concept, right? So you're just taking your lettering and then you're copying it exactly the same and just moving it over to the left a little bit and down, and then it looks like a shadow. And then I know it's probably maybe doesn't make sense because I just did it on Photoshop, but so now that we have our shadowing done and I have my letters kind of how I want them, now I'm going to do the ink outline. Oh no! Harry, stop rapping. Ah, stop. Ah, this shit's gonna get me in trouble. I wonder what else I could play. Oh, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my new store is live. I now have, let's see. Yeah, I have a merch store. I had a merch store before, but now it's cooler. And now it's directly linked to my... Hey, what's up, Nintendo James? Now my store is directly linked to my YouTube channel. Kind of cool. My wife spent a lot of time setting this thing up. We got the Black Pegasus t-shirt. Got the Harry Mack t-shirt, the Fuck Cancer t-shirt, the Ran Money Game t-shirt. I will eventually, oh, we have the RikaShae t-shirt. I will eventually have a Ren poster on here, but I'm testing out the posters on these sites because I really don't want to charge people for something that when they get it, it fucking falls apart or it's really, really cheaply made. Let me get some music going. What could we play? Did Harry Mack just did a Wordplay Wednesday, didn't he? Wordplay Wednesdays are always good because they're very long. And they don't get me copyrighted.
Found another dimension that we can't see. This is all pre-written, and you're not freestyling. I was kidding. Oh, I said that I was freestyling.
What were we doing? We're outlining.
Nope. It's not off the top of the dome. It's something that I wrote when I was in the zone. I typed it up fast, more than 10 million words, and then I memorized it.
This is always the scary part for me when I'm drawing, because once you put the ink on it, you're pretty much done. Like there's no more fixing lines, there's no more adding little cool styles to it. You're pretty much committing that this part is what you want it to look like.
OB100 collection is out now. Love out to you, homie. On stage, was it twice? Was it thrice? Man, this dude's so nice. He has a dope name as well. I'm about to break it down while I start to excel. Yeah, let's hear a rap about what the feature with Harry Mack looks like. Yeah, I haven't been doing features for a long time, but I still cook mics. Yeah, so I'm not really sure, but I'm sure I would spit something pure, and I'm sure they would love every word as soon as I sent it. Said it on the mic, people knowing that I meant it. Good luck, have fun. Thank you so much for that. You know we about to get it done. Yeah, H-Mac really number one. When it comes to lyrical styles, I'm never cumbersome. I put it down smoothly.
Yeah, what words is everybody drawing? Chelsea's son did his name.
But it might kind of work if you're just painting the wall. Go berserk, dip that there in the palette, then put it up to your wall. Yo, it might be a challenge because the tape might be sticky, so it starts sticking to the wall, kind of iffy. Man, might as well just go and get a roll of a paint. Situation's not really quaint. You gotta make sure you do it right the first time. I open up my mental, then I'm letting my burst shine. Yeah, y'all know I'm spitting it nice. I boast on mics. You eating the roast with rice. Can't forget about the gravy. They going crazy. I'm never lazy. I be rapping not because it pays me, rather because I want to bless the whole thing with mad love. Let's go.
Lori wrote Lori, because I saw hers.
Appreciate it. Hugely generous. Yeah. Okay.
Lori changed hers from
yeah, my tip is what they say off.
she tried to go
The organized chaos,
like a script writing, which is really dope.
bless you all with exclusive songs that's gonna make it to the radio, blowing people's minds with the crazy flow. I escaped the devil's trap forever.
Oh wow, I really messed that up.
I be getting busy on my route, yeah. My biggest hater
Messed
has
it up
this
because
name,
my hand
but
fell
I
off
won't
the
say
paper.
kid's name. I'll just continue to spit flames. Haters won't get acknowledged. I know that my flow's super polished.
That's the
I put it
one
all up on
problem
ya.
that
Work
I
N-E-R-Y. Yeah, y'all
have
know
with
these
using
bars fly
sketchbooks
like Harry the Angry.
and trying to stay
Binary,
on camera.
code spitter,
I'm
flow
doing other
sicker.
art, mixed media,
Send
but
them
I'll
to
try
the
to follow
coronary
along
when
once I
clog the
rewatch this from
artery.
the
Send
start
them into
later.
surgery 'cause
Oh,
no one's
cool.
quite as hard as me. Yeah, and
Nora's
retarding
doing
no
her
one who
name.
regards
April's
himself
doing
as the ill
ABR.
rapper 'cause he
It's gonna be
hard.
cool. I hope you
Well,
guys
let's
I hope you guys
say
hop in the
nobody
Discord
really
and
thinking that
post them up
depressive way.
so we can look at them.
Nas versus Big L in the octagon. Oh shit, my heart split while rocking songs. Can't choose one over the other. Both would win and both would recover. Man, both of them would combine into one singular mind. The sickest with the rhymes. Two of my biggest inspirations, biggest influences. Yeah, people paying close attention while I'm doing this. Spewing spit off to the top. Y'all know I stay on 11. I drip like spruce resin. I put it down for y'all. It's
What?
coming out the spruce trees. I be kicking styles like I'm Bruce Lee.
Oh.
Industry wanna juice me. If they on that right shit, they can lose me. Take it back to ancient civilizations. Every time I come through with the spitting creations. No need to reinvent the wheel if it hasn't yet been invented. Even back then, I was on a roll, I meant it. I teach web development for my new students feeling overwhelmed with this. Can you please do a rap about beginner's brain? Man, all of us adults wanna get it again. It never is the same. Y'all are blessed to be young, cause learning new things on the daily still feels so fun. Oh, thanks for using your beats, dude. Tommy Beats, you are the GOAT. Thanks for cooking up them beats that are dope. Would love to make you some customs. Let's stay in touch. No doubt, homie, that there would be clutch. Amazing. Gripping on the mic like let's do this. Shout to Greg Knox, representing St. Louis. Yeah, I put it down for y'all when I bless your ears. The homie named Harry Dog yelling out cheers. Let's get another freestyle rap tip. While I start moving above the average, you gotta expand your freestyle vocab. Not just one or two options, you gotta go mad. Like free, tree, me, see, we, ability, agility, I really be, silly me, yeah, tranquility, and the rest of the words, you feeling me? The more options you have, the more you can say, so start expanding your rap vocab today. Whoa, this is going crazy right now. Did you see
This
that?
part right here, this is
Yeah.
important to know. Like, he just looks like a
Okay.
2-year-old made it.
Throw your words in the live chat, and then I throw them in a live rap. It's this fun little thing we do.
Yeah, Lori got lots. Lori did her first
Yeah,
one, and then I
okay.
told her that we were starting over. And she was like, "Yeah, fuck you," and she did her
In
own
a
like
toxic
cursive.
relationship with a black hole,
It's really cool though.
something with the love won't let me
But
go. Damn,
I mean, that's
gravity
to say,
is way too severe. I
if
can't
you
see
wanted to
anything
do
in
like a
there.
cursive
No
run,
light,
like
so
if
it's
you
not
know how to
clear.
do handwriting,
Everything is getting sucked into the darkness. I
you
tried
could
my
do the
hardest to
same
get away from this, man. I'm
exact
trying to escape.
concept
Focus
as
on
far
love
as
and you
like
will do great. Recognize there's no love in your current relationship. Recognize you could live on some amazing shit in a whole nother place and shit. You could take it right to where it needs to be. Believe you me, I'm coming off the top and making people understand. I'm the man, rhyming without
if
a
you
plan,
just
as damn.
wrote out your
I
name
spit
or
the
whatever.
right from the spirit. They be saying Harry Mack, let's hear it. Heart goes out to anybody under apartheid. Man, I wish that part died. Man, I wish it was gone forever. But systems find ways that are clever to keep people oppressed. And I speak from a place of much privilege. So the oppression that I'm speaking on day to day, I don't live this, but it's still gruesome to witness. When I see videos and recognize I am so blessed. Why does humanity choose to test our ability to overcome the hardship? Why can't we all blend right from the heart, kid? Damn, I wish we had a way to get past it. Damn, I wish we had a way to get it mastered. Damn, when I spit it free, I'm the epitome. So listen, G, whenever I be rhyming, come and
But
get
you
with me.
could
Your
just,
song makes me smile
you know, like
all
make
days long.
make certain
Thank you,
parts of
sir.
it
Doing
thicker.
no wrong. I wanna say happy birthday to my best friend, Moses Pan. I'm about to throw this jam down for your homie. Y'all know I be the one and only.
then
Good
you're-
luck on
you're
everything. Can't fly if you got heavy wings.
adding,
So
like,
I'm letting
little
go with a
different
Rolex.
styles.
We about to go next. Second to last is Pen Ultimate. Every time I rhyme, I be forming sick. Y'all know I'm about to cold up in my vessel, and I might just arrest foes. He's the GOAT, what they heard him say. Got you breaking your spine, I'm snapping your vertebrae. Much love from Rocky and Amy. Every time I rock, they go crazy. Shouts out to Michigan. Hey, y'all know they gas like D, so my flow too lethal. Old school, something like the times medieval. Every time I'm rhyming, I be locking in with people. Much love to Miggy, that be a dog. The Detroit Lions is pushing through the fog. I heard they doing good and they usually do bad. So shouts out to y'all, I hope you're going mad. Take it from a non-sports guy who be spitting it more fly. You know that they torch my opponent with the ill flames.
I forgot what I was getting distracted.
All
right. When you, if you're doing it how we're doing it right now, if you add your ink and then you need to erase, just know how long it takes your ink to dry on what type of different papers that you have. Because right now, if I just go through and erase all this, I'm gonna have a lot of smear marks because this ink on this paper doesn't dry very fast. So there's gonna be places where it, I don't know if that's visible or not on the camera, but there's gonna be places where the ink smears. So typically when I do my drawings, once I've inked something, I go take a break. Then I come back later and erase it. But since we're just doing for the sake of class or instructions or whatever, we'll just go ahead and erase it and not worry too much about smearing or whatnot. Mostly too, like if you have to do it, just in corners, wherever there's corners, that's where the ink is gonna sit more. So you just go a little softer around the corners and then erase hard on the parts where it looks like you just did a perfect straight line. I don't know if any of that makes sense.
And if I keep practicing up on my mission, I'll win then. That's what we talking about. What's going on, everybody? Surfer. Yeah. Oh, this is dope.
Your husband liked it? That's dope. Okay, that's what's up.
This is dope. Yeah. Okay, this is dope. This is dope. Yeah. Okay. A B B C Z B B A. Let's give that a shot. Every time I rhyme, I be spitting it hot. Damn, the A's have to be such big bars. All right, we're gonna try this. I push the pedal to the metal and I go full throttle. Tripping while I'm ripping, I'm shining when I'm rhyming. I just glisten intuition out my water bottle. Bow! What y'all know about that A, B, B, C, C, B, B, A? Every time I rhyme, you know I spit it in the cleanest way. Run it back on rewind, Mac about to beeline towards the nearest mic, it's raw MC time. Why do so many people ignore the damn like button? Hit the thumbs up, do it now like it's nothing. Making drinks with the talent spoon for friends. 40th birthday, yo, that's the jam. Keep on celebrating, tour was amazing. You was blazing, shouts to Dallas and Austin. Y'all know that I'm bossing up in many cities. Much love, shouts out to Shane. Always hold it down, y'all know the Mac is in his lane. Word to low main, Emelina, I spit cleaner. I got rappers changing up, they hold demeanor. Thank you from the kids up on the bus, much love. They have big vocabs, they will rise above. I keep it on, so peep the song. I don't think of YouTube when I think of stinky poo-poo, cause I love that YT platform for letting me spit lively. Y'all know I'm rocking on the live stream. I be the rap boss, the monster, the Sasquatch. I'm on another plane, they loving us. I'm swinging like a uppercut, they ducking us forever, cause they don't sound like Harry, bruh. How could they? He be pushing past the sound barrier. Game of Thrones versus Breaking Bad, I gotta go with Walter White, cause I ain't never watched no Game of Thrones. I know it's not alright. One of the most popular shows. I'm the last person on earth who hasn't watched Game of Thrones to spit it in my verse. But I didn't do a Game of Thrones rap, but I had to research. Y'all saw me on Power 106. I was making up the bars off the top, and you know that I was really running shit. I got lucky that all of my references made sense. I had a lot of people helping me with info. It's intense. Yeah, when I spit off top, I make y'all want it in the worst way. Yo, much love to Kyle, cause you said that it's your birthday. What a great gift. High like a spliff. Every time I rhyme, I give you a lift. Taking people right to the top. I'ma kill the whole game if they like it or not. Yeah, I'ma break it down when I'm in this. Yeah. Yo, y'all know the love is about to bubble. Peace to all the people working hard and pushing through the struggle. I get down. I'm coming with the lyrics that I
How we doing? How we doing?
All the people working hard just to triumph. Peace to all the people in the Paralympics who be working hard. Y'all know that they are with this. It's something beautiful to witness. Yo, keep striving. Gold medal deserving, y'all. Just keep flying. Much love to Erica. Thank Thank you for the props. I keep rocking. Y'all know I do this non-stop. You can ask the homie Scott, the real robot. I really goes off. I'm keeping my flow hot.
So the next one that we do of these, we'll go into like how to make the letters look more 3D instead of just like a 2D with a shadow.
Yeah, and I be representing from Los Angeles, doing damages. Legislation out there for the cannabis in Germany. First part to decriminalize from 1/1/24. Go and get it live. Good luck. I hope that y'all can push past that barrier. Every time I spit, I'm making you aware of the true information. Let me grab my spot. I'm about to blow up if they like it or not. Okay, I think I'm in the right position now. Other rappers in the game couldn't listen now. Exercises for practicing.
After I finish this up, we're gonna have to end the stream though, because
it's agile, never fragile. Must expand your vocab. Many different
I have a lot of reactions to do.
You can go mad. Like for Spencer, if you only have remember. Well, after 30 verses, they'll always remember Spencer. But what about burning them to embers? Or what about the fact that your freestyles are colder than December? Yeah. Or what about the fact that they message return to sender? Or that they minor like a fender bender? I don't know, I'm just throwing out options you can use. Every time that I be spitting, I be locked and I peruse through the scene forever. Y'all know I let the magic spark, breaking out the cage like a T-Rex in Jurassic Park. Winning in the battle on some shit they never heard before. Used to puff trees like a herbivore. Now I'm like a carnivore, cause I eat raw meat. A whack MCs who can't get with me. I
also gotta check up on all the football scores. I
I
never pay attention to football scores when my team is not playing.
Red Rocks books you for a freestyle show, but you find out it's a venue on Mars. Do you still go? Hell yeah, I still go. We arrive in the shuttle. Getting our gear set up is no trouble. I'ma knock these rappers out of orbit when I scorch and make you nervous. You want the real rap? I'm at your service. Nothing new about it, cause I've been so loose. I've been drove troop, allow me to introduce the real rapper coming through excitement.
Yo, what's going on, Riggs? How are you, buddy?
Dog strikes again. All we hear is whoo. From the other room.
Yeah, the cutouts. Yeah, I like doing that style. There's like lots of different ways you can make the letters overlap. You can make them when it's a 2D one like this, where it's gonna be 2D letters with shadows, so it looks like it's just coming off the page a little bit. I like to do this style for sure, where they're interlocking and they just look like it's all one piece.
Was vital and orange, who contested? If you know the last one, then drop it in chat. Rappers bite what I recite, they rockin' my raps. Rap through the perspective of young Harry Mack, the first time he smoked weed. Well, you know me, the first time I smoked, I was just choking. I was like, is this the feeling? Are you joking? I didn't feel shit. That old cliche, it was some real shit. First time you smoke, you don't get high, hard to deal with. Second time, I was laughing nonstop.
But I actually like the design. It's really not bad. I would do that, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like if I actually colored this in and cleaned it up, I could put that on a shirt, right?
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it. All right, drop 3 words then.
It's just your name.
Somebody drop me 3 words, and I'ma
just have to figure out a Rika to match it.
Somebody drop me 3 words. I'ma do the illest hook y'all ever heard. Somebody drop 3 words. I'ma do the illest hook y'all ever heard. Somebody drop 3 words.
Oh, like maybe like something like this right here, like.
Yeah, my voice is about to be heard. You wanna do like Mac, then do your research. Ay, every flow is epic when I'm live on stage. Get rid of the spirits like we lighten up the sage. I said, my voice is about to be heard. If you wanna do like Mac, then do some research. I said every verse is epic when I'm rocking on stage. Get rid of evil spirits like we lighten up the stage.
Maybe something like
Think
that.
you on my level, that's preposterous. You not with us. The
Totally, I'm on line paper with an automatic pencil that keeps breaking up. Yeah, that'd be cool to share.
I'm shining like a fixture.
Looks like you like that Lori lady. Oh yeah, I like that Lori lady. That's my wife.
I hit you with the flavor. Endangered tree.
You just got home to catch the end. Oh yeah. So we're gonna. I think I'm gonna start doing this as a series, and it'll be a little bit more organized and pre-planned out what we're gonna do. This was just kind of like the test. See if we could get. But if people start posting it onto the Discord, I'll make a channel on the Discord right after I get off of the stream. I was gonna do it before, but I forgot. But it would be fun to do like sharing days and draw along days and shit. By the end of this, we might have a whole fucking. We could make our own graffiti crew. But yeah, if you guys want to start getting some supplies, I definitely am gonna keep doing this.
Let's go.
I like it. It's fun and
yeah.
hopefully we could get like some types of themes going or something, like draw some cartoon characters, maybe even teach you guys how to do graffiti characters and stuff. Maybe you could watch some documentaries in the middle, like I'll have some instructional stuff pre-planned and set up on a slideshow. That'd be kind of cool. If you guys join my Discord, you can even, maybe I'll even like take suggestions in there on like what you would like to learn. But I'm gonna take off. Are alcohol pens better than water? For me, alcohol markers are the best. But like it's like asking like what car is better or what music is better. I mean, it's really like what you. It's what you like the best. It's like what you like to use or what you could afford. I have a really big set of fairly cheap markers that are pretty decent, but they're not very consistent. And I have thousands of very expensive markers that are really good, and I've learned how to use them. But those are like my Prisma Premier. These ones are like no longer buyable. No, they're buyable, but you can only buy them in sets now. You 3 years away already? Oh no. Yeah, alcohol markers are my favorite, but like I said, everybody's different. I don't like alcohol marker paper. Like I like the mixed media paper for them. I think that helps me blend better. The alcohol marker paper. I'm not a fan of it. I think it slips across it too much. Colored pencils are really good. But colored pencils also have limitations. Sometimes colored pencils take a lot to fill in and get like a good saturation. But yeah, let's end this. I will see you guys maybe next weekend for this, based on our schedule, and we'll see if we're gonna do this like once a month or if we'll do this every weekend. We'll see how it goes. Discord's on the pinned comment, so if you guys do have Discord and you want to join and give me some suggestions, me and my hubby have those same alcohol ink markers. I've been considering trying those. Oh yeah.
Honestly, I'm not knowing. H-Mac coming through, what it do? I'ma spit it hardcore.